when people are screaming in your ear or blowing a whistle in your ear, they do it to ICE agents when they're not trying to run them over with their vehicles. They're doing it to ICE agents. That in and of itself is an assault. I mean, you lose your hearing or have damaged hearing, but that's part of the routine. And for their part, they say, well, your ICE agents are killing our people. We're just blowing a whistle or shoving someone to the ground.
Well, it's not acceptable. It's interference. It's impeding because it prevents them from doing what they're doing. While they're busy dealing with this protester that turned criminal, bad guys are getting away. So you're exactly right. It is interference. We need to prosecute more of these cases. And I apologize to Savannah. I got her name mixed up. But, she's a patriot. She went out there, a female in that crowd, to report to the American people the truth. But the left doesn't want to hear the truth. But we're going to keep pushing. Laura, if it wasn't for this network, the American people wouldn't hear the truth. But members of Congress, every day, I've been up on the Hill negotiating DHS shutdown. They don't want to reform ICE. They want to shut it down. And they talk about ICE making arrests in schools and churches and hospitals. We've never made an arrest inside of a hospital. We've never made arrests inside of a church. But I watched a TV show last week, some medical show, and they showed ICE agents coming into an emergency and arresting somebody that was getting ready for surgery. The whole left is misinforming the American people, and that's why you see the hate and the rhetoric, because all these people are lying about what the men and women of ICE and Border Patrol do. So thank God we got a network like Fox News who's going to put out the truth to the American people. I just wish more networks were honest and talk about the real job that ICE is doing, and most importantly, what they're not doing.
And Tom, meanwhile, we have illegal aliens hammering to death American citizens, bludgeoning them to death, slitting their throats at bus stops, groping them in high school hallways. We're showing that horrible case from Fort Myers, Florida, Haitian illegal. And if it weren't for ICE trying to get these people out, if it weren't for the open border, bringing all these illegals into the country, I mean, we'd have a lot more people alive in our country or not brutalized.
You're exactly right, and that's why I came back the second time out of retirement, because for 4 years I woke up every day pissed off about what the Biden administration did to our border and not letting ICE do their job. And I still wake up angry every day when I see stories like this, because, again, they're shutting down DHS because they don't want ICE to do their job. They're protecting criminal aliens over the men and women who wear that badge and gun, and over the American citizens who are in danger in these sanctuary cities. So it's just, the world's upside down. But look, I've worked for the greatest president in my lifetime. We're not giving up. We're pushing forward. We are going to have a mass deportation operation. We'll keep that border secure. We're going to keep doing our job despite the hate, despite the rhetoric. And, God bless the angel families. Another reason I came back out of retirement, I met hundreds of them. Their stories will never get old. But here's the issue, Laura. We're talking about this one attack in Florida. We'll be talking about something else next week and something else the following week. Every member of Congress, it should be a nonpartisan issue. Let ICE enforce the immigration law and make this country safer again. Every public safety threat we take off the street makes this country safe. Every illegal alien we take off the street prevents a crime in the future. So let us enforce the law. We're going to do it without apology, and it should be a nonpartisan issue.
You bet. There should be no acceptable collateral damage of Americans dead in the street because they refuse to do their job. Tom, thank you for what you do every day. We appreciate you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.